up? Good morning. How are you doing?
We're fine.
Nice.
Good to see you.
And good to
See
see
you.
you. So
Thanks.
my name is Shaked from Radio כל אחר 106 FM, and with me my colleague Elad.
Hello.
All right. Hi there. Good to see you. I'm Malik.
So, my first question: you come from a musical family. Did that make you choosing music? And is there was some pressure from the family to choose in that way?
Actually, no, not at all. My family were, as you said, very musically. My grandfather was an opera singer, and my grandmother was a pianist, and my dad is also he can play various instruments and everything. But my family never gave me any pressure or tried to push me in the musical way. Not at all, actually. I made the decision to buy my first guitar when I was 13, and it was my own decision because my family was like, you don't have any teacher, why do you need a guitar? And I was like, no, I just want a guitar. So that's how it started. So it's been my idea, but they have been very supportive and helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm. So why choose the guitar for the first instrument?
Because I wanted something that I can sing with. You know, I used to sing a lot because we listened to a lot of music back home, a lot of Michael Jackson and, Prince and Queen and a lot of old school music. And at a certain point, of course, I started singing along and I just loved singing. And so at some day I was like, I want to play a song now so I can sing to it and not have to listen to the song on the radio to be able to sing. So I knew it's going to be the guitar or the piano. And of course, the piano is very expensive and I didn't have any money. So I had to buy a guitar for maybe it was 60 euros, which I had to wait a couple of months till I had enough money to buy it. And then I could start playing songs for the first time.
Mm-hmm. So after that, tell me more about, before Eurovision, you have a first album out, right?
Yep.
Tell us more. Tell us about until the national final. What you done about your first album, the creation, and all of that.
Sure. After I wrote my first songs and everything, I started to tour around in little bars in my hometown. I basically just walked up to them and I was like, "Hey, man, can I play here, please?" And so that was the first times I just played at a couple of places and I got my first live experience, even though most of the time there were 5 people or 10 people watching. But it was my first steps. And so one day in 2017, I was discovered by my now manager who saw me at one of those bars and he invited me to a studio. And in that studio, I started, sleeping there. So I was there 24/7 in the studio, just making music from morning to night and writing songs and everything. And so I released my very first track in 2018, which was called Say the Name. And we shot a music video for that one as well. And I was immediately asked by James Blunt to open up his tour in Germany. So I was on tour with him, which was so much fun. And after that, there were a couple of shows with Tom Odell and very many bigger artists who took me on tour with them. So I gained a lot of life experience. And I just released one song after another. Then of course COVID hit, so I couldn't play live anymore. So I released a lot of music. And then in 2021, I felt like the songs that I have released felt like a whole chapter. So I decided to turn them into my very first album, Anonymous Colonist, which I released last year in August. And then in the same year, I wrote a couple of songs, of course, as I always do. And one of them was Rockstars, which I finished writing and I wanted to release because I was just it felt so real to me. And it really, I don't know, it had a special thing to it. Even though I write all my songs myself, but this one just felt special. And then a couple of weeks later, Robin, who is my manager, asked me if I can imagine like taking part in Eurovision because it was like the period where you can apply. And I immediately thought of the song of Rockstars, and I felt like that one might be the perfect one. And I just, yeah, I was like, fuck it, let's see what happens. Let's just try it out.
Okay, great. So so this was all the Eurovision was the idea of your manager, and this was the only song you considered to send them.
Yes, yes. Before that, I never thought about taking part in Eurovision myself. I love Eurovision. I think it's an amazing event. But I don't know why. It never occurred to me to myself play there until Robin asked me, and I thought of the song Rockstars, and I was like, I feel like that one's perfect. So that's how it happened. Yeah.
If we're talking about the Rockstars, the song is talking about past and present. What is the story behind the song and the music clip?
Yeah, Rockstars is about the good old days, kind of, that we all look back at. I started writing the song last year after I watched an episode of The Office, which is like a TV show from the US. And there was one scene where somebody says, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. And that sentence really hit deep for me. It was like I immediately started to cry and everything because it was so true. I realized how much time I spent in the past, thinking about my childhood and my youth and comparing myself to who I was a couple of years ago when things were a little easier and I didn't think about so much. And I was just like there was just like lightheartedness and simplicity in life. And that kind of got lost by, when I was growing up and I got caught up in doubts and worries and just overthinking more and more. And yeah, I realized that I kind of left those good old days. And that was like a very hard moment, hard realization. So that's what I wrote Rockstars about. But also I'm trying with Rockstars to send the message to all of us that we should try to focus on finding the good old days, not always in the past, but in the present right now, because the good old days, if you think about it, they never really end. It's just typically human to see the good things after they're over and we look back at them. But instead, we should try to see the good things right here, right now, because they're happening right now. They're all around us, but we just tend to search for them in the past, and we should change that, because if we manage to do that, and if we manage to find the good old days in the present and in every single moment right here and right now, then the good old days never really end,
Mm-hmm.
And the music video?
Oh yeah, the music video. I was for me, when I think about the past and the good old days, I don't know why, but I always think about old houses that are empty, because it feels like that's where you grew up, and that's like this it's still a image of your childhood, because it's still there kind of, but you're not there anymore. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to shoot the music video at like this old left out house. And also I wanted, Rockstars is like one of probably the most personal song that I've ever written. And so I wanted the music video to be as personal as well. And when I think about the good old days and I think about something personal, the first thing that occurred to me were pictures of myself and my family from the good old days. And I wanted it to be my own pictures because I wanted it to be as personal as possible. So the whole video is just me wandering around this old house and just like having these memories pop up in form of these pictures and everything, and just me performing the song in that house.
Mm-hmm. You co-wrote Rockstars with two others, right?
Yeah.
Tell us more about them and their part in the story of Rockstars.
Yeah, I actually wrote the lyrics, the text. I wrote it all by myself because I always write the lyrics myself. But I write almost all my songs with Robin, who is one of the co-writers, and he's also my manager. So he's the one who discovered me way back, and we're a team. We just do everything together, kind of. He also did the music video, for example. So we're just a very small team. And Marie also, she had like the one of the first ideas for the very first melody in the chorus, which is like the da 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 da. So that was like this, and then we were in Sweden actually when we were writing this song, and yeah, we did like, it was at first it was just a guitar song, so I just picked up the guitar, I played the chords, we got the chorus, then I wrote the first verse, and then back when we were in Germany, I saw the Office episode, and then after that episode I just wrote the whole song.
Fantastic. Tell us about how you experienced the German selecting processing before the national final, the actual national final with the other 5 contestants, how it went.
Oh, it was all just beautiful, actually. I was very relaxed all the time because I was just happy to be a part of it and just happy to, you know, play my song on this huge show. And so before the national final, I didn't, you know, we had like a couple of, it felt like a contest. Because you just step up on a very small stage in front of a jury and play your song. And then a couple of weeks later, they told me that they really liked it, kind of, and that I was going to be in the final, in the German final. And that was already like huge for me. So I was like, woo, all right, cool. Especially, you know, since COVID and everything, I felt like you didn't really have a chance to play live for a long time. So I was just really happy to be part of that show. And then at the show, you know, the whole evening was very intense because the war in Ukraine had just started a couple of days before the show. And of course, when you do a TV show in German national television, you don't want to push topics like that aside. So we kind of embraced it and talked a lot about the situation in Ukraine in the show. And Jamala also performed there, which was absolutely intense for me. I cried. It was crazy. So the whole evening was very complex in and of itself, but still that moment when they said that I won, it was just like, as you could see if you watched the show, I was just like completely overwhelmed. I didn't even know what was happening. It was like I don't know, like a dream or something. And yeah, ever since then I'm just enjoying the ride. It's been absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy to be a part of all this.
Great. Now, when we talk about the Eurovision, I need to ask, what is your favorite German entry of all time?
Ooh, favorite German entry of all time. Let me think. I'm between Michael Schulte and Lena. I think I'm gonna have to go with Lena. I think every German says that, but it is uncomparably good. It was such a good performance because not just because the song was great, but because I feel like she was like 18 or 19, so she was a child, but she was standing on that huge stage and just delivering a performance that was just perfect. You know, she was just like so lighthearted. She was just enjoying herself. In the end, she was like, woo! You know, so it was just like you had to smile while watching, and it was just like infectious and in such a positive way, and the whole energy was just so great. And yeah, I think she was a deserved winner, and I feel like that probably, yeah, it might have been the best German entry ever for me.
Great. And now you've been almost in all the pre-parties. You toured Europe.
Yep.
How it went? How was to meet different participants from other countries? The experience in every venue.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was in Stockholm, London, Tel Aviv, Amsterdam, and Madrid. So I only missed Barcelona. And I right at the beginning, I said I don't want to miss anything. I want to see all the events. I want to be part of it all. And it was such a good decision because it was so much fun. It was just perfect, actually. I met all the other artists who are I feel like we're all friends from like a class, and we're just all on a school trip and having fun. So it's so funny. And yeah, I really made a couple of friends, and it was also great to meet so many people from other countries and to like meet fans in places that I myself have never been to, but who know my music. That was just crazy for me. So there are so many beautiful moments, so many beautiful experiences. And yes, the stages were so different every time because, for example, London was in the Hard Rock Hotel lobby, which felt really crazy because it was like just a hotel lobby with a small stage, but it was packed with people. And if you compare that to, for example, Amsterdam, which was the Heineken Music Hall, which is one of the most famous music halls in the world. You know, 21 Pilots, Amy Winehouse, they all played there. And that was like a huge, huge arena. And then you can compare it to Israel, for example, where we were in an actual arena with like a lot of camera movement and everything. So that felt like a TV show in and of itself, which was crazy as well. Yeah, Madrid was then a little bit smaller, but so many people and so much energy in the whole room. So yeah, every pre-party was different, but the thing that was same every time was that it was just a great experience with all, you know, all the other artists, all the fans, and just having a party afterwards and just playing my song in different countries. It was just, yeah, absolutely amazing.
Is there anything from there that you will remember forever? Something that happened, that something that you saw?
There's a lot, actually. There's a lot I won't remember. Maybe one very crazy moment for me was when we were in Tel Aviv, which is, you know, I've never been to Israel in my life before, so I didn't know what to expect, and I felt like, you know, nobody knows me there. It's a country I've never been to. How will people know me? And I got off the bus, and there was like people standing there and just like cheering and screaming my name and singing my songs, and I really got goosebumps all over the place because it was so crazy to me to be in a place I've never been to, but still have people who know me there and who love my music and everything. So that was probably a moment and an experience that I'm never gonna forget.
Okay, and let's talk about Israel calling, because Israel is our country. What is your passion from Israel calling and the Israeli fans and Israel?
Oh, it's all I don't know, it's just it's hard to explain because it was one of the greatest trips of my life, to be honest. I love Israel. I already told my people that I have to come back to visit the country and just have like a week at least to just meet all these beautiful people. I mean, we had the chance to look around in Tel Aviv a little bit and Jerusalem. And I mean, Tel Aviv is such a cool city because people are so active. Everyone's jogging. There's dogs everywhere. There's so many dogs, and I love dogs. And people were just like smiling all the time. So that's like something that, yeah, that just brights up your day immediately. And the Israel fans were just so lovely because, as I said, I was not expecting to, you know, visit that country I've never been to and still have so many people who liked me. And, you know, we were, before the show, Israel Calling, me and Robin, we were just like wandering around the arena because we wanted to enjoy the sun instead of being, you know, in the arena. So we're just like walking around, and so many people came up to us and asked me for autographs and pictures. And they were so kind because, you know, there are fans who are like very pushy, but they weren't at all. They were so cute, and they were like, "Hey there, may we have a picture?" You know, they were so cute. And I took thousands of pictures and did autographs and everything. It was so beautiful. And of course, the show was amazing. I absolutely loved all of it. I loved every single moment. It was just like so intense and so huge. It was like the actual arena and all the camera movement. It was like a huge TV production. And I thought it was just going to be like a little show because it was after London. So it was after the show in the hotel lobby, which was like pretty small and everything. And we really didn't expect to go from little hotel lobby to huge arena with cameras and fans and everything. So that was absolutely amazing.
I was in the Israel Calling in the audience. It was wow. Just wow.
Right? Yeah. But you guys can sing. I can say that. The Israeli people, they sung so much. It was beautiful.
There is a question that I ask every participant I talk to. Can you please recommend me us one singer in Germany that we need to know, and a place that we need to visit in the next time that we come to Germany?
Let me see. I might go with. Oh, there are a lot. Let me see. Only one. Okay.
You can name some. That's okay.
Yeah, I can name some. Okay. Max Herre, for sure. Captain Peng, who is he's like a rapper, but he's like a genius. He has like, it's so deep and it's crazy. Clouseau, also amazing. Yeah, I mean, those might be my top three. Oh, and Joy Dinalani, she's also absolutely amazing. Those four.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing? A place in Germany?
A place in Germany to visit in the next time.
Oh, please come to Landsberg. That's my hometown. It's a small city close to Munich, and it's absolutely beautiful. You're gonna love it. I can promise you that. Landsberg am Lech.
I have a question. Do you have a favorite in this
Do I have
year?
a favorite?
Yes.
I got a few favorite songs for sure. I love the one from Belgium, Miss You by Jeremy. That's
and
like
the Dos Points goes to?
Oh, 12 points. Okay, let me think. 12 points.
Dos Points?
Oh gosh, 12 points I will give to, let me think. Oh god, that's a lot of pressure. 12 points go to, you know what, for me, 12 points go to Kalush Orchestra actually this year. Because I also, not just because of the situation, but I also really love the song, to be honest. It has like this, it just makes me dance every single time, and I'm a rap fan, and it has these rap
Great
verses,
song,
which are
yeah.
very successful. Yeah.
It's very great.
And the whole staging and everything, and yeah, they're just pretty cool dudes. So 12 points go to Kalush Orchestra for me this year.
And for me, I want to ask, you in a week goes to Turin, right? Week.
Yes, on 4th of May.
4th of May. What are you doing until then, and what's your plan after Eurovision?
So until the 4th of May, you mean? What I'm
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot actually. I have a lot of interviews and a lot of preparations, and today and tomorrow I got my last days of rehearsal for my tour, because 2 days after Eurovision I will go on tour through Germany, which is my first big headliner tour. It was actually supposed to take place in 2020, but it was, due to COVID, it had to be postponed 4 times. And now it's finally going to happen, and it's going to start on May 16 in Hamburg. And I'm so much looking forward, because I can't wait to finally, play all my songs live again. So that's like the biggest plan for me after Eurovision. My tour, and just a lot of festivals, and a lot of, just standing on stages and playing live. That's what I'm really much looking forward to this year.
Maybe a European trip after?
Hopefully, yeah, why not? Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
We would love to see you in concert in Israel again.
Oh, yes.
Something in the future.
I will definitely come back as soon as possible. That's a promise. Yep. I need to hear you guys sing again.
We want to say also, until then, good luck in Turin. We hope you the very best.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thing. Thank you guys. Take care. See you again in Israel.
Definitely.
All right. Cool. Bye-bye. Take care.
See you again. Bye.
Bye. Good day. Bye-bye.